discussing on different stages of happiness and its progression. The journey through many phases of happiness is actually a dynamic and a very personalized adventure that takes place across a lifetime. While individual experiences may differ, there is a basic pattern that defines how people often progress through the different phases of happiness. The first and the foremost what we're talking about is a pleasure and gratification process in which the individual happiness journeys frequently begin in stage 1, where they actually seek the instant pleasures and fulfillment. The individuals explore new experiences, indulge in the sensory delights, prioritize the enjoyment and excitement during the adolescence and early childhood. They may, however, recognize that a satisfaction received from these external sources is fleeting and not deeply satisfying. The second is your achieving and succeeding. Individuals may progress to stage number 2 as they mature and gather the life experiences which emphasize chasing the achievement and the success. People focus on achievement, ambitious objectives, thriving in their occupations and receiving the external validation through acknowledgement and success during this particular stage. While this endeavor might provide a sense of accomplishment and contentment, some may discover that the material prosperity alone does not lead to a long-term fulfillment. The third stage is your cultivating a meaning and the purpose. Individual may proceed to stage number 3 through the time and the thought, where they prioritize cultivating meaning and the purpose in the life. They focus on themselves, look for a deeper connection with others, and find fulfillment in contributing to something bigger than themselves. Now, in this particular stage, pursuing your personal progress, making a good effect, and seeking a feeling of purpose becomes the essential part of happiness. The next is your accepting the well-being and contentment. Now, individuals may progress to stage number 4, which includes embracing the well-being and contentment. Individuals focus on the general well-being, practice the mindfulness, and find a delight in the present moment during this particular stage. They actually abandon their incessant search of external validation, financial possessions in the favor of simple joys and balanced approach to life. It is important to note that not everyone progresses through these stages in the linear fashion, and individuals may bounce back forth between the stages as a result of the life events, the personal growth, and shifting the priorities. Some people may experience the features of many phases at the same time and progress through these stages in the different order. Happiness growth is not a one-size-fits-all approaches, but rather a flexible and a dynamic process based on the individual experiences and also a self-discovery. Individuals may also find themselves revisiting the prior stages during a difficult time periods of self-reflection, which is entirely acceptable. The journey through the different stages of happiness is about enjoying the progress and self-awareness that come with each stage rather than attaining a defined end point. Finally, the trip through the phases of happiness is unique and ever-changing adventure that adds to a more profound and enriched experience of well-being and fulfillment throughout the life. Then we talk about the fluctuations and prioritization of needs. Fluctuations in happiness and well-being are actually very important characteristics of human happiness and the well-being. Individual circumstances, emotions, and the views, they change throughout their lives, causing shifts in what they prioritize and how they see their requirements. Understanding these oscillations and evolving hierarchy of demands might assist individuals in better navigating their happy paths. Here's how fluctuations and need prioritizing affect the happiness. The first is your changing circumstances. Life is full of ups and downs, and the external circumstances can have a big impact on people's happiness. Positive events such as accomplishments or enjoyable experiences may temporarily improve the happiness. The negative effects and the events such as losses, setbacks, on the other hand, can actually result in temporary declines. The humans, on the other hand, have a remarkable ability for resilience, and individuals tend to revert to their baseline level of happiness over a period of time. As it is said, time is a big healer. Next we talk about is the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. According to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, people have a hierarchical progression of needs that they prioritize. Initially, the lower level requirements like physiological demands, for example, food and shelter and safety and belongingness, take primacy. Individuals move their focus to a higher level wants as the basic needs are addressed, such as esteem needs, self-actualization needs, and the search of meaning and purpose of life. The personal experiences and the life situations, they might influence how the demands are prioritized. And the next is your life stages. Each life stage has its own set of priorities and the problems. Younger people may prioritize pleasure seeking and self-discovery, whereas older people may prioritize connections, legacy, and the well-being. Individual needs and priorities naturally fluctuate as they advance through the life, resulting in swings in what bring them enjoyment. Next is your meeting the diverse needs. Happiness is a multi-dimensional experience in which people find joy in the various elements of their lives. While some moments are about pleasure and delight, others are about personal progress, meaningful connections, or the well-being. Balancing the satisfaction of the diverse needs can actually lead to a more comprehensive and long-lasting sense of enjoyment. Next is balancing a short-term and a long-term goals. It is very crucial and critical to prioritize both the short-term pleasure and the long-term goals in order to preserve the happiness and the balance. While seeking the instant gratification might be pleasurable in the time, pursuing a meaningful and worthwhile endeavors contributes to a longer-term fulfillment. Next we have is a thankfulness and contentment. Practicing thankfulness for what one has and finding the contentment in the present now might help to buffer against the mood swings. The gratefulness promotes a happy attitude and improves a general well-being. So to summarize, we can say knowing and appreciating the fluctuation as well as prioritizing the demand are very critical for more resilient and rewarding happiness journey. Recognizing that pleasure is a dynamic process rather than a fixed condition allows the individual to adjust to a changing circumstances and discover a balanced approach to a well-being. Individuals can nurture a more permanent and a meaningful experience of happiness throughout the life by realizing a multi-dimensional nature of happiness and addressing a varied needs. Now let us move on to factors influencing the movement between the stages. As people proceed through a life and experience a personal growth, there are several factors which influence the transition between stages of happiness. Now these elements influence how people go from one stage to another stage and how they prioritize their wants and ambitions. So here are some significant characteristics that determine the happiness transitions. The first and the foremost is age and a life stage. Each life stage has its own set of priorities and obstacles. Younger people may value enjoyment and exploration, whereas older people may prioritize significance and the well-being. Individuals may naturally go through the stages as they age as a result of shifting the values and the life experiences. The second is significant life events. The life events like marriage, motherhood, work changes, personal losses, they might cause people to reconsider their priorities and perspectives on happiness. The positive occurrences may cause transitions to a higher stages, while the negative events may cause some contemplation and stage shifts. The third is your personal development and the self-reflection. The personal development and the self-reflection can actually lead to the stages and the changes in priorities and the values. Individuals seeking a deeper sense of meaning and the purpose may proceed to the stages that emphasize a meaningful connections, a personal development, and making a good effect. Next is your coping mechanism. How people deal with the difficulties and the disappointments. It might influence their advancement through the stages of happiness. A healthy coping mechanisms such as mindfulness, resilience may aid in progression to a higher stages. Next is your physical and the mental health. They have a big impact on happiness stages. As they navigate through their experiences, people with the health issues may prioritize well-being and contentment. That is the stage number 4. Next we talk about is a mindset and attitude. A positive mindset and a growth-oriented attitude can actually drive people to seek a personal development and fulfillment, allowing them to actually progress to the phases that value the well-being and contentment. Finally, there are some various internal and environmental factors which influence the transition between the stages of happiness. Individuals may find themselves moving through a numerous stages as they manage the life obstacles and the opportunities, each being vital insight and opportunity for growth and fulfillment. Now, recognizing these variables can actually help people make more informed decisions and embrace a more meaningful and a balanced approach to their happiness journey. Next we have is the individual experience of happiness stages. Individual happiness phases can actually be extremely distinct and unique. The personality, the life experiences, the cultural background, the value system, the personal objectives, they actually all influence a person's journey through the stages of happiness. While the fundamental structure of pleasure stages provides a very comprehensive understanding, and it is very critical to remember that not everyone follows a linear or a uniform path. Here are some instances of how the various people may experience the stages of happiness. Stage 1. For some people, stage 1 may dominate their adolescence and the early childhood. They may seek rapid gratification from the pleasurable activities, emphasize material belongings, and engage in variety of experiences. Such people may find thrill and satisfaction in trying the new things, making the new friends, and engaging in hobbies that bring quick gratification. Stage 2. In this stage, others may be motivated by desire and strive for success in their career and academic endeavors. Setting and achieving the big goals, setting external acknowledgements, and obtaining the success may characterize stage number 2. For these people, happiness may be tightly linked to achieving their goals and gaining recognition from their efforts. Stage 3. Individuals may find themselves shifting to stage 3 as they mature and gather the life experience. They may seek a greater purpose in life, consider their values, prioritize the personal development and the meaningful connections. For some, the pleasures come from positively contributing to their communities, engaging in humanitarian endeavors, and discovering a sense of purpose in their job or the personal lives. Stage 4. Individuals who have investigated the various facets of life, achieved the personal growth, may advance to stage number 4. They may prioritize a total well-being, contentment, awareness. For these people, happiness is rooted in living in the present moment, cherishing the modest pleasures and maintaining a balanced view on life. Now, it is very important to note that some people may not perceive a very clear development through these stages. They may alternate between the stages, return to their earlier stages during the difficult times, experience aspects of many stages at the different points in their lives. Furthermore, the life events, personal growth, and developing the ideals can actually all influence how people experience and progress in these stages. The individual happiness phases are also influenced by the cultural backgrounds, societal expectations. The cultural norms may determine the emphasis on the various kinds of happiness, impacting the individual's priorities and experiences within that particular culture. The individual experiences of happy stages are ultimately different and multifaceted, formed by a mix of internal and environmental variables. We may create a deeper understanding, empathy, and appreciation for the complexities and the human experiences in the pursuit of happiness by recognizing the uniqueness of each person's happiness journey. Now, recognizing the importance of balance in happiness stages. We need to recognize the significance of balance in the happiness stages is very critical for promoting the overall well-being and the long-term fulfillment. Each stage of happiness provides its own set of experiences and the insights, and finding a very happy medium between them, which can actually lead to a more comprehensive and enriching happiness journey. Now, here are some reasons why the balance is so important in traversing the phases of happiness. The first is avoiding hedonic adaptation. Switching back and forth between the intensive pursuit of pleasure in stage 1 and extreme focus on achievement in stage 2 can actually lead to a hedonic adaptation in which the initial excitement or satisfaction, it actually fades away over time. So there has to be striking a balance between seeking a pleasure and pursuing a meaningful goals, which can actually help to avoid the decreasing returns of constant external seeking. The next is your meeting a different requirements. Each stage of happiness addresses the different requirements, and ignoring any step can result in unfulfilled wants and a sense of incompleteness. Individuals can actually address the various facets of their well-being by balancing the sensory delights and the career success, the meaningful relationship, and the satisfaction. So, the next is your increasing resilience. A balanced approach to happiness increases the resilience by allowing the people to experience the enjoyment in the multiple domains. The individuals with the balanced viewpoint can actually draw the strength and positivity from the various elements of their lives when faced with the obstacles or the setbacks in one area. Then we need to avoid the burnouts. An overemphasis on achievement without regard for the personal well-being and contentment can actually result in a burnout and a sense of emptiness. So maintaining a general mental and the physical health, it requires balancing ambition with the self-care and the contentment. Next we talk about is a smoother transitions. A balanced perspective allows for a smoother transitions between the levels. Individuals who are open to personal growth and shifting they prioritize can actually better negotiate the life transitions, resulting in increased adaptability and the overall pleasure. Next is your accepting life's complexity. Life is complex, and a balanced approach recognizes the complexity of human experience, recognizing that happiness may be obtained in a variety of situations, encourages people to embrace the richness of their journey. So in conclusion, we can say achieving balance in the stages of happiness is very, very essential to living a very satisfying and a well-rounded life. Adopting a suitable measures of pleasures and achievements, meaning and well-being, it enables the individuals to face the life obstacles and the transitions with the resilience and contentment. Now, individuals can build a more meaningful and a prolonged feeling of happiness by recognizing the necessity of balance throughout their unique journey of personal growth and the self-discovery. Let us now move on to the impact of external factors on the happiness stages. The external factors have a huge impact on the people's experiences and the progression throughout the happiness stages. The external influences include a wide range of components from the environment, like society, culture, life situations that might influence how people view their happiness and how they move through the phases. So here are some significant examples of how external variables influence the happiness stages. The first is your income, employment status, and availability of resources. It can actually influence the happy stages. Individuals with the higher socioeconomic positions may have more options for pleasure and achievement, whereas those in financial need may prioritize well-being and contentment. Next is your cultural values and the norms. The cultural values and the societal norms, they impact the people's priorities and understanding of happiness. Some culture place a premium on collective well-being and the family ties, that is stage 3, while others place a premium on individual success and the material achievements like stage 2. Now is your significant life events. Life events such as marriage, childbirth, work advancement, they might cause a transition between happy stages. Positive occurrences may increase the emotions of enjoyment, propelling the peoples to a higher levels, whilst the unpleasant events may inspire the contemplation and re-evaluation of priorities. Next is your political stability and the social justice. A stable and a just society can actually improve the people's happiness and fulfillment. The political instability, the social inequity, or the prejudice, on the other hand, may impede the happiness growth and fulfillment. Next is your education and the knowledge. The individual decisions and the perceptions can actually be influenced by education and the knowledge concerning the happiness and the well-being. A greater understanding of significance of the personal growth and the purpose, stage 3, may lead to a more deliberate pursuit of these qualities. Next we have is the technology and the social media. The advancement of technology and the social media can both help and hinder the phases of happiness. The technology provides ease and access of information. Excessive use of social media can encourage the comparison and search for external validation. So we can say that external influences have a very significant impact on individual experiences and advancement through the phases of happiness. Understanding how these factors influence the happiness can actually assist the individuals in making a more informed decisions and cultivating a balanced and a meaningful happiness journey. The individuals can actually better handle the life challenges and create a more enduring feeling of well-being and fulfillment across the phases of happiness by acknowledging the influence of external factors. So there has to be an accepting lifelong experience and progress. It is very crucial and critical for fostering a long-term satisfaction at all phases of life. A dedication to a lifelong learning and a personal development leads to a more meaningful and a long-lasting sense of the well-being. So here are some ways in which the lifelong learning and growth might improve the happiness level. Seeking enjoyment and gratification. Next is your stage 2. Individuals can actually create more meaningful and authentic goals with the help of continuous learning. Stage 3. Lifelong learning promotes a self-awareness and reflection, assisting people in discovering their values and the passion. Stage 4. In this stage, lifelong learning improves the mental and emotional well-being. Individuals can achieve actually the contentment in the present moment and face the life adversities with grace of adopting and the coping mechanism, mindfulness and resilience. So you need to be adaptable, have to have a positive mindset, connect with others, personal fulfillment, curiosity and wonder, improved problem solving skill. So last we can say embracing a lifelong learning, progress is a potent trigger for happiness to all stages of life. It improves the adaptation, positive mentality, resilience, personal fulfillment, allowing people to find the joy, meaningful contentment on their individual happiness journey. So individuals can develop a life of meaning, growth and lasting enjoyment by cultivating a dedication to a constant learning. Thank you so much.